Hey, welcome back. I'm Carlton Duncan, and I want to thank everyone for joining me today. This is Christmas morning, and I'm fixing to start smoking something special for Christmas dinner for the family. And what I have here is not your traditional Christmas dinner. I'm going to smoke an 8-pound bone-in pork rib roast, basically ribeye of the swine. So hang around. We're going to get this going. Okay, this is going to be a pretty simple recipe. First thing we're going to do, we're going to start off with a little bit of olive oil. We're just going to put a little bit of olive oil on it. Not going to take much. We're just going to use this as a binder. Probably 2 tablespoons or a tablespoon. Just the minimum you can get away with on this. And we're just using it as a binder. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to put on, I've got some Chupacabra Cajun blend here. And this is outstanding rub on pork the way we're doing it. And we're just going to give it a good little coat here. This stuff has got just the right amount of spice in it. It's not too spicy, but we're going to actually add layers of flavor here with this. Okay, now we're going to turn it over. Just kind of pat it in a little bit, then we're going to turn it over. And we're going to put a little bit of olive oil on this side. Not too much, don't need a whole lot, just enough to make a binder for our rubs. Get it all on here right quick. There we go. All right, now we're going to add a little bit of Chupacabra on this side. Like I say, this is just going on in layers. We're layering our rubs here. Now what we're going to do, we're going to turn this back over. Now we're going to put on some of Killer Hogs The BBQ rub. These two go together fantastic, especially on pork. I use this a lot on ribs, and it's going to be outstanding on this bone-in pork loin or swine prime rib, whatever you want to call it. We'll get some. We're going to be smoking it today on our pellet smoker, and this is going to be our Christmas dinner. My wife's she's been busy. She's been making pies and had the smoker running and fired up on that. All right, now what we're gonna do, that's all we're gonna do. That's it. We're gonna let this hang out, and I'm gonna go out and get my pellet smoker fired up, and we're gonna be running, it's about 275 degrees, and we're gonna be smoking with cherry pellets. That's the kind of type of pellets. We're using Lumberjack cherry pellets, and we're gonna run it about 275, and it's probably gonna take 2.5 hours for this to get done. Let me go get the pellet smoker going, and I'll show you what we do while it's smoking here. And I'll be right back. Okay, our pellet grill's up to 275. Let's go get this on. Okay, we got our Z grill up to temp. We're just gonna set this right on here, just like this. And I'm gonna get our temperature probe right in here. It off the bone there. Okay, we're going to let it go. Okay, our roast has been on for about 30 minutes. What I've got here, I've got some apple cider vinegar and water mixed. I'm just going to give it a quick spray. Boy, it's already looking good. Okay, our pork rib roast is just about done. We're just got some barbecue sauce here. We're just going to get us a nice coat on here. So I'll drop it on there. Just going to slather some barbecue sauce on there. Any barbecue sauce that you want to use. Whatever your favorite barbecue sauce. I like the Heinz Texas Bold and Spicy. That's my favorite, so that's what I'm putting on it. Just going to get a good coat of it on here. a little bit so I can get the back side. Should have brought my gloves with me. Okay, boy, this is looking so good, and it smells amazing. These char hickory lumberjack pellets, they're beginning to be one of my favorites. So, okay. All right, let me get this back around there. Get it on it. Okay. Now we're just gonna let it glaze good. We'll be right back. Okay, our bone-in pork rib roast has hit 145 degrees internal temperature. We pulled it off, and now I'm gonna cover it with aluminum foil. Just gonna lightly cover it. And we're gonna let this set for about 20 minutes. We're gonna let it just hang out here and rest for about 20 minutes. And I'll be back, and we're gonna cut this up. Okay, our bone-in pork rib roast is set about 20 minutes. Now we're fixing to cut it up. But before we do, this was super easy to do. All we did was we got a 9-bone or about an 80-pound bone-in pork ribeye or pork rib roast, whatever you want to call it. And we put a little bit of olive oil on it. Then we come back with some Chupacabra Cajun blend seasoning on it. And then we come back on top of that with some Killer Hogs The BBQ rub. We put it on our pellet smoker at about between 250 and 275 degrees. And every 30 minutes we went out and we spritzed it with a mixture of apple cider vinegar and water, about a 50-50 mixture. And when it hit about 140, we applied a coat of barbecue sauce on it and took it to 145, let the barbecue sauce glaze really good, brought it in, tinted it with aluminum foil, let it rest for about 20 minutes. Now we're fixing to cut it. We're fixing to try this out. It looks amazing. All right, I'm gonna cut this right between the bones, right down like this. Oh my. I want you to look at that. That looks amazing. Look at the smoke ring in it that it has too. I'm fixing to cut a few of these up. This is a super easy way to do it. I mean, and it turns out so good. I'm gonna cut a few of these off of here. Okay, now I want you to look at these chops. Now I didn't French the bones because there's a lot of meat on here that you're cutting off when you French them. But it's nice and moist. Man, just look at this. Let me set these out here where everybody can get a good look at them. And you can see the smoke ring in them. Man. This can be some good eating right here. I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna cut me just a little piece off of this one, and I'm gonna give this a try. And it is so tender. That is good. You need to try this. That is so good. With that rub and that barbecue sauce on it, with those two rubs, that barbecue sauce, and that spritzing it with the apple cider vinegar, that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining me. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas today. And I want to wish everyone a really happy and safe New Year. And I want to send a special thanks out to everyone who watches my videos, all my subscribers. And I want to send a special thanks out to all the men and women in the military that are serving around the world that can't be home for the holidays. Their sacrifice is immense, them and their families. And I also want to send a special thanks out to all the men and women in law enforcement and all our EMTs, all of our firefighters, everyone that protects us and keeps us safe every day, especially on these holidays whenever they can't be home with their family because they're protecting us. Thank you very much.